Let's see if Sanlam lights your fire. Sanlam was established as a life insurance group in 1918, and that was in Cape Town, and has subsequently expanded its services to include short-term insurance, estate planning, loans, capital markets, and all forms of asset management.
Exactly. Big player, and didn't go global in the same way that Old Mutual did. Stuck to its knitting, stuck to emerging markets, and has had a tremendous run in recent years. The share chart, though, will look a little bit less glossy than it did up till a few years ago.
146.8 billion rand in terms of market cap, price to earnings ratio 15.4, dividend yield here of 3.6%. Share price graph, and this is definitely a sideways move. Matthew?
Yeah, it's definitely been a move, probably from the low 60s to 70 Rand. You can sort of trade the range. And the question is there a catalyst for it to break out that range? I think last year, 2016, was quite a tough year for them. But once that's in the base, I think you can be a little bit more positive on 2017. They recently did they acquired BrightRock, which I think is quite a good niche insurer, and management are
it's
quite.
It's a majority stake that they've taken in BrightRock.
53,
50,
I think. Interesting.
Yeah. So they're quite acquisitive, and they've got the excess capital, and they want to deploy it. So definitely a front foot player in the asset management and life insurance game, which you haven't really seen the likes of that for some time, especially from his peers. Having
chatted to Ian Kirk recently, big play continued into emerging markets. India is certainly in their ambit, and also the Middle East.
Look, Ian Kirk is very good operator, fantastic. So
He's the CEO of Sanlam.
Exactly, and prior to that he was in Capital Alliance, and he's been around a long time. He's a no-nonsense guy, very good strategically, so I expect them to continue to do well, because you talk India is a massive market, as we know, a huge population, not all that well developed in terms of its financial products though, so what you can go in, create the right entities and just keep rolling it, building it slow by slow, and what you've learned here over 100 years of operation you can apply there. So I think that's great. I do though, however, think that if we go into a difficult environment here, South Africa, with regard to bond rates,
we aren't already in a difficult environment.
Downgrade, maybe a sovereign risk issue, we could find that politically, because it's an emerging market stock, people start to worry a little bit about it.
Do you think we're in a difficult space?
I think I don't really share your views on downgrades and rate hikes. I think next move is probably down. Interestingly, more often than not, when the Fed hikes rates, South Africa is actually in a rate cutting cycle. So I think we're probably through the worst. And then if the foreigners want to come play South Africa and want to play life insurance, the Sanlam is their fall-to guy. They come straight for it. It's one of the bigger players with the better liquidity. And that the foreigners coming into the stock might just be the thing that breaks it out of that range that it's been trading in for some time.
What about the portfolio risk issue? Do you know at all whether Sanlam Investment Management had a very foreign-oriented portfolio focus in 2016 and accordingly might have some portfolio underperformance and portfolio outflows on their investment products?
I don't know the exact split, but I think everyone had this similar, where they were quite exposed to offshore investments, but I think compared to the peers, there's nothing out of line. I think they've kept a similar general asset allocation amongst the whole sector.
So it's fair to say you believe that foreigners would take advantage of any downside in Sanlam to accumulate?
Definitely, yeah.
Well, that's an interesting fact, if you're going to follow foreigners into the fray.
Just to clarify my point, so I agree with Matthew. I don't think we're going to see interest rates rise here, but we did see insurers take a bit of a knock during Nenegate, because the assumption is that their funding costs and all sorts of other internal problems start to become an issue when you have bond rates moving and anxiety about the back end of these kind of complex businesses.
Okay, I'm anxious about the back end of the country, so I don't share any positivity in this discussion. Anyway, let's call this one. Sanlam, is there anything else to add before you want to call it?
When do their results come out? I mean, we've seen now Liberty and MMI trading updates. I can't remember though where Sanlam is.
The results are coming out in the next couple of weeks, and it also pays an annual dividend once a year. So, if you get in now, you get the dividend. It's probably a 4 or 5% dividend yield. Does buffer the downside as well. And so, I think, if you get in now for the next couple of months, and especially if you hold it till they put out their next update, which will be better based on the soft base that they're coming off.
Comparatives. Okay.
Opportunity
Sounds like
to get
you're
in.
hot on this
Are
one.
you hot?
I'm hot, yeah.
Paul?
Not hot, I'm afraid.
Not hot.